I never thought I'd find love again after losing my wife. But sometimes, life's greatest gifts come from the most unexpected places, like the apartment next door. If you've ever believed in second chances or the power of human connection, this story might just touch your heart. Like, subscribe, and join me on this journey of how one simple conversation changed everything. The first time I saw Emma Reynolds struggling with her grocery bags in our apartment hallway, I barely noticed her. That's what grief does to you, narrows your vision until the world becomes a tunnel of just getting through each day. Need a hand? I'd asked automatically, the way you do when you're on autopilot but were raised with manners. I've got it, thanks, she'd replied with a quick smile, juggling her keys and 3 overstuffed paper bags. That was 2 years ago, just 6 months after Sarah died, leaving me alone with our 5-year-old daughter, Lily. Back then, I couldn't see beyond our loss, couldn't imagine there would ever be space in my heart for anything but the crushing weight of Sarah's absence and the terrifying responsibility of raising Lily alone. Emma and I became hallway acquaintances, exchanging nods, holding doors, making small talk about the building's perpetually broken elevator. She was a kindergarten teacher at Lily's school, though not in Lily's class. Sometimes I'd see her in the school parking lot, surrounded by adoring children, her laugh carrying across the asphalt. I noticed her laugh before I noticed anything else about her. It reminded me that joy still existed in the world, even if I couldn't access it. Lily noticed Emma too. "Daddy, Miss Reynolds has a dog. She walks him in the park on Saturdays. Can we go to the park on Saturday?" That's how our Saturday morning ritual began. Lily and I would accidentally run into Emma and her golden retriever, Max, at the dog park. Lily would play with Max while Emma and I sat on a bench and talked. At first, just about Lily and school and the neighborhood. Later, about books we'd read and movies we'd seen. Eventually, about Sarah. "She sounds like she was an amazing person," Emma said one crisp autumn morning, after I'd shared a story about Sarah's terrible cooking skills. "She was," I said, surprised to find I could smile at the memory. "The worst cook you'd ever meet, but the best at making you feel like you mattered." Emma nodded, watching Max and Lily chase each other around a tree. "That's a rare gift. What about you?" I asked. "No husband hiding somewhere?" She laughed. "No. There was someone, but it didn't work out. He wanted different things." "Like what?" "Like not having children," she said quietly. "I've always wanted a family." I watched Lily throw a stick for Max, her face alight with joy. "They're worth it," I said. "Even when it's hard." "I can see that," Emma replied, and something in her voice made me look at her, really look at her, for the first time. She had kind eyes. The kind that crinkled at the corners when she smiled. The kind that saw you, not just looked at you. That night, after Lily was asleep, I stood in front of the bathroom mirror and had a conversation with myself that I'd been avoiding for 2 years. "You're still here," I told my reflection. "You're still alive." Sarah had made me promise, in those final days when the cancer had taken everything but her fierce love for us. "Don't disappear into grief," she'd whispered. "Lily deserves a father who's fully present. And you deserve happiness, Jason. Promise me you'll remember that." I'd promised, but keeping that promise had seemed impossible, until now. The next morning, I ran into Emma by the mailboxes. My heart hammered in my chest like I was 16 again. "Hey," I said, suddenly tongue-tied. "Morning," she replied, sorting through her mail. I was wondering. I started, then faltered. How did people do this? How did they leap into the unknown? "Lily's staying with my parents this Friday night. Would you maybe want to grab dinner?" "With me, I mean." Emma looked up, surprise crossing her face. "Like, a date?" I nodded, unable to form words. "Jason," she said gently, "I'd love to, but..." My stomach dropped. "Of course. I'd misread everything. But I think we should talk about something first, she continued. Can you come over for coffee tonight after Lily's in bed? I nodded, embarrassment burning my cheeks. Sure. That evening was the longest of my life. I put Lily to bed, reading 3 stories instead of our usual one, prolonging the inevitable conversation where Emma would let me down gently. At 8:30, I knocked on her door, feeling like I was walking to my own execution. Emma opened it wearing jeans and a soft blue sweater, her hair loose around her shoulders. Her apartment was warm and inviting, bookshelves lining the walls, plants on every surface, and Max wagging his tail in greeting. Coffee, she offered, leading me to her kitchen. Please. We sat at her small kitchen table, the silence stretching between us until I couldn't bear it. Look, I'm sorry if I misread things, I blurted out. We can just forget I said anything. Emma shook her head. You didn't misread anything, Jason. That's not what this is about. Then what? She took a deep breath. Before we go any further, I need you to understand something. If we do this, if we start dating, I'm not just dating you. I'm becoming part of Lily's life in a new way. And that's not something I take lightly. I stared at her, processing her words. I've seen too many children get hurt when adults rush into relationships without thinking about the impact, she continued. As a teacher, I've comforted kids whose parents' new partners disappeared from their lives as quickly as they entered. I don't want that for Lily. What are you saying? I asked, confused. I'm saying that if we do this, we need to do it right. Slowly. Thoughtfully. With Lily's well-being at the center of every decision we make. Her eyes held mine steadily. Because I care about her too much to be just another adult who comes and goes in her life. Something shifted in my chest, a weight I hadn't known I was carrying suddenly lifted. Emma wasn't rejecting me. She was protecting my daughter. You've thought about this, I said softly. She nodded. A lot, actually. Probably more than I should admit on a first date. Her smile was shy, uncertain. So this is a date? It could be the beginning of something, she said carefully. If we're both willing to take it one step at a time. I reached across the table and took her hand. It fit perfectly in mine. I think I can manage that. That conversation changed everything, not because it was the start of our romance, though it was that too. It changed everything because it showed me what love could look like after loss, cautious, intentional, and brave. We did take it slowly. Coffee dates while Lily was at school. Movie nights at my apartment with Lily between us on the couch. Family outings to the zoo and the children's museum, where Emma's knowledge of dinosaurs impressed my daughter to no end. 3 months in, Lily asked the question we'd been waiting for. Daddy, is Miss Emma your girlfriend? We were making pancakes on a Sunday morning, Emma showing Lily how to flip them without making a mess. I looked at Emma, who nodded slightly. Yes, sweetheart, she is. How do you feel about that? Lily considered this, her small face serious. Does that mean she'll come over more? If you're okay with that, Emma said. And Max too? Emma laughed. Yes, Max too. Good, Lily declared. Because I love Max. And I love Miss Emma too. Emma's eyes filled with tears. I knew mine did too. I love you too, Lily, Emma said, her voice steady despite her tears. Later that night, after Lily was asleep, Emma and I sat on my balcony, looking at the stars. Thank you, I said. For what? For making me wait. For putting Lily first. For showing me what it means to love someone completely, not just the easy parts. Emma leaned her head against my shoulder. You know, when I first moved in next door, I used to hear you singing Lily to sleep through the walls. The same lullaby, night after night. Even when your voice cracked with exhaustion or grief, you never stopped singing. I remembered those nights, how I'd clung to Sarah's lullaby ritual like a lifeline, determined to give Lily at least that one constant in her changed world. That's when I knew, Emma continued. That's when I knew you were someone worth waiting for. I turned to look at her, this woman who had walked into our broken little family and, instead of trying to fix us, had simply joined us where we were. I love you, I said for the first time. Not because you helped me move on, but because you helped me bring Sarah with us. You made space for her memory instead of trying to replace it. Emma's smile was like sunrise. That's what family does, she said simply. We make room for all the love, past and present. A year later, I asked Emma to marry me. We were in the park where we'd had so many Saturday mornings, Lily and Max playing nearby. On one condition, Emma said after saying yes. We include Lily in the proposal too. So I called Lily over and got down on one knee again. Lily Bug, I said, using Sarah's old nickname for her, I've asked Emma to marry me, and she said yes. But we both want to know if you'll be part of our family too, officially. Lily looked between us, her 7-year-old face solemn. But I already am part of the family, Daddy. Emma knelt beside me. You are, sweetheart. But we wanted to ask you properly, because families should make big decisions together. Lily thought about this, then nodded. Okay. Yes. But can I be the one to tell Grandma and Grandpa? And can Max wear a bow tie at the wedding? We laughed, pulling her into a 3-way hug. Absolutely, Emma promised. At our wedding 6 months later, we left an empty chair in the front row with Sarah's photo and a bouquet of her favorite flowers. It was Emma's idea. She'll always be Lily's mother, she'd said. And part of what made you the man I fell in love with. During the ceremony, Lily stood between us, holding both our hands as we exchanged vows. When the minister pronounced us husband and wife, she threw her arms around both our waists. We did it, she announced to the laughing guests. We're officially a family. But the truth was, we'd been a family long before that day, from the moment Emma had looked me in the eye and said, if we do this, we need to do it right. That's the thing about love after loss. It doesn't erase what came before. It doesn't fill the exact shape of what's missing. Instead, it creates something new, something that honors the past while building toward the future. 5 years have passed since that first conversation in Emma's kitchen. We've moved to a house with a yard for Max and Lily, and added a baby brother, Thomas, to our family. Lily, now 12, is the most fiercely protective big sister you've ever seen. Sometimes, I still find myself marveling at how differently things might have turned out if Emma hadn't had the courage to slow us down that night, to insist that we build our relationship on the solid foundation of what was best for Lily. Last week, I overheard Lily telling a friend about her family. I have 2 moms, she explained. One in heaven who gave me life, and one here on earth who teaches me how to live it. And I have the best dad who showed me that love doesn't divide when you share it, it multiplies. I couldn't have said it better myself. So if you're out there wondering if there's life after loss, or love after heartbreak, or family beyond what you first imagined, let me tell you what I've learned: the heart is more resilient than we give it credit for. And sometimes, the most profound acts of love aren't grand gestures, but quiet moments of wisdom shared between neighbors in a kitchen, over cooling cups of coffee, when one person has the courage to say, let's do this right. Because those are the words that can change everything. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more content that celebrates the unexpected ways love finds us. Share in the comments your own stories of second chances and the words that changed everything for you.